Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Today I come with a bunch of ideas I collected in my mind and I recorded with hopefully gonna post it on the official forum, so maybe Mitch and his team will get it somehow to see some of it, and maybe there will be something that he can use from it. So that's the general idea. Ideas for Mitch to see if anything is usable. I hope you like it. Let's go. Lizardmen. My idea for lizard. I have a couple of ideas for Lizardmen. First of all, technology tree. Jesus, it's so bad. Technology tree is so bad and so frustrating. I hate it with my entire life. Because first of all, if you want to start something, you need to have a building, obviously. Then later, you need another building and another building if you want to finish it. They should do something about it. Split it on categories like they did with Dwarfs, with any other like Chaos Dwarfs, and just be more meaningful. I mean, don't get me wrong. These things are nice. Some of them, at least. Like this one. Yes, 10% global, but in order to get this, Jesus, in order to get this technology, it takes so long compared to like Nakai. Nakai tree is nice. Nakai tree it's better. It's way better, more into, you know, campaign that it's supposed to be. Well, any other Lizardman pretty much suffers from this slogfest of a tree. And people complain about the Dwarfs technology tree. And I never believed it's that bad because it was working for me. But here, fuck, you start campaign and often you have, first you build growth buildings. So you have tablet of spawning. Recruitment cost for skin, 5%. Then you go to this. And if you're lucky, you start building different. But oh my god, it's frustrating. So absolutely talent tree is to change. Now, geomantic web. Oh my god. Geomantic web. I mean, there should be option, since there is something like that, Silent Sanctum, there should be option to build a pyramid, you know, tower, a pyramid, something, the top of it, to have buildings that works for, you know, geomantic web. But because of this, the Oxyotl, I have a fear it won't ever work, because you can't have like triple things. So because of Oxyotl, I don't think they would ever implement upper tier of pyramids in the settlements to work for geomantic web. So in that case, remove these geomantic web buildings and make it something along the line, I don't know, something you can like build up a little bit, piece by piece, by collecting, doing certain things, like, I don't know, it's like a couple of tiers, something you build up, you spend money, you spend something, like add a currency from winning battles or something, to boost a geomantic web somehow that affects, I don't know, I mean, maybe the buildings should stay here, like, if you have tier 2, if you have tier 2 geomantic web build tier 3, let's call it pylon, you have something available to it. Like, a geomantic web should give us like the spawning pools of the blast units, something special. But I would, normally I said, build this, build top of a pyramid. But then I realized Oxyotl. Units, units are fine. I don't have any problems with units. And my biggest problem with Lizardmen is income. Jesus. Like, okay, 400, if you have this, yeah, income. But add 2 more tiers of it. Make industry making more money. Add 2 more tiers. At least this you can do. So major settlements. And I don't know, some of these buildings add more income from buildings. A little bit more. Even put it on walls. I don't know, just increase income. Merge buildings like this into something else, because this is pretty much... This one is like... it's not really great. So I would remove these singletons and put them somewhere else, because like, look how much crap is here. Definitely the singletons should be somewhere, I don't know, merge 2 of them in one. I don't know, because it's Lizardmen are a very fun race, but you need to get through slugfest of a technology building up, and then you can enjoy. But at the start, I hate that. There's too many crap buildings that really are really annoying. Another problem, Red Saurian. Add capacity +2, please. These units don't see that much play. The Dwarfs can build up thunder barges however they're pleased. And thunder barges are way better than Saurian, okay? So add capacity +2. At least, please. So, also, do the same trick like you do with Empire Dwarfs. Like you have here, capacity on some heroes earlier on. It's good. Like, put Saurus Scar Veteran lower and higher give capacity for it. Not like you need the tier 4 for Saurus Scar Veteran. No. Put it lower, increase capacity higher. It's like, put it here. And if you want to put Saurus Scar Veteran capacity on tier 4. Tier 4. But put it lower. It's really frustrating to recruit heroes as a Lizardman as well. I mean, not Nakai. Nakai is fucking awesome. Nakai is awesome on everything. Literally, tree, technology, everything just works way better. But here it's not. So I think, yeah, and the rights can stay. Rights are cool. But definitely I would do something about that. Of course, new unit, new hero, always welcome. Nevertheless, I would change technology, buildings. I would put the geomantic web as a pyramid, like top, but if not, I would put it as something that you can pretty much build and modify. Something like, maybe like Nurgle Plagues, where you can just adjust it. Not saying do it every time, but Oxyod will have some currency, right? The gems. Add a different currency for winning battles or something, and that will let you modify geomantic web, and it change as you build up stuff. Add some even minor things, because honestly, with this slugfest, before I go to building this up, it takes forever. I know people say it's really good geomantic web statistics when you add buildings to it, but for the love of God, before I focus on this, I rather build these. I would rather build a lot of other things. So add a priority, or I don't know, just something. I know geomantic web, my idea is not very appealing, but I would definitely do something about it. different than it is. Because I love Lizardmen, they're really fun to play, they're really powerful to play. But the economy, technology building up, it feels like a punishment. As for the Dwarfs, I wouldn't do much. Obviously, Dwarfs received a lot of stuff. But I would tinker a little bit with brimstone guns, gyrocopters. What would I do? Add much more ammo. Look at the difference. This is a higher tier than gyrocopter. I know I have engineers here. But still, I don't know, add... What's the base ammunition for this? Hold on, let me see. What's the base ammunition for both of these? Okay, so gyrocopter is 30. Brimstone gun is 11. What's the base for Iron Drakes? 25. I don't know, add it at least 18. Because there is harder to get the value for brimstone guns in campaign due to their lack of, ammunition. They cannot do the same damage as normal gyrocopter. Without buffs, without any shenanigans, nothing. Just naked vanilla stats. Tier 2 gyrocopter will, outclass Tier 3. So it's bad. And if you really want to nerf gyrocopters, don't change ammo, get 10 entities over 12. And I was thinking about honest nerf. The gyrocopters are way too powerful, right? So I would cut 2 entities from gyrocopters. To stick it to 10, I wouldn't change anything. That should be enough. 2 entities less would definitely solve it. I don't know, keep the same health pool? Maybe give Brimstone Gun a little bit more life then. More life and more ammo. Because Iron Drakes are fucking awesome, okay? Iron Drakes will melt everything on the ground. I use them all the time. There they go. I don't bother with Brimstone Gun. And it's not because they're that terrible. No. On their own, they're fine. Just the lack of ammo is bad. But nerfing these with 2 entities, buffing these with a little bit more life and ammunition would solve the problem. Where you can purely have an upgrade from these to this. Because, yeah, definitely more ammo. Like, give it 20. Screw it, 25 even. Maybe these have 25. Give them 22. Give them 22. And we'll see. Just watch what's gonna happen. Obviously, I would always go for gyro bombers over even gyrocopters, because they are just so much more fun. But also, the Dwarf Warriors, I mean the Great Weapons variants. All Great Weapon variants should get... Hold on. Yeah, like here. You have melee defense with Longbeards, with, axe infantry, right? You get 48 melee defense and 30 melee attack. Longbeards, it's the same melee attack value, but the lower melee defense. For the love of God, give them more melee attack. By 8, by 6. I don't know, just work with this with like Turin on multiplayer, guys, so they are not getting busted. But any great weapons should have way higher melee attack than they do, because it's mind-boggling that they have the same melee attack as just shield variant. It's just insane. That should not happen. And I think that's it. What I would tweak in the dwarves. I think they're in a wonderful state. So just those things. Oh, and of course, bring back Grogny's. Yeah. Give that research rate being active even in the hero pool. Because as far I know, it's not active at the moment. So it's kind of frustrating. It was really, really good. I know you can, with deeps, you can have insane amount of research. But I'm not thinking only about dwarves, I'm thinking, generally about every other race. So the research rate passive that you have from traits, bring it back as it was. It's really fun to collect those traits. Please. As for the Skaven, first idea comes for Clan Older. And I think because all the mutations that you can have, all the mutation you can build up are pretty much the same. Would be nice if there was couple, I would say add another row, just 4 or even 2, 3, I don't know, give it to interns. You can copy paste like the button or something, but add, I don't know, for certain units like wolf rats, extra speed, or brute horror, extra armor, extra missiles, something extra unique to this specific one. Because the problem, and same goes for the just infantry, because what it feels like, you always go for the same one if you can, unless you rely on the random ones. But mostly I don't, and I just specific ones. Like for these ones, I like to have stock and vanguard deployment. I really do. But melee attack, it's like range units should have something specific, melee units should have something specific. It would make it a little bit unique. Or, I don't know, I add a wild card. Wild card that you can roll outside of these, just something. But I would definitely add like 2-3 per batch for a unit to make it a little bit more appealing. I assume it's not like great, but I think it generally would just improve a little. There would be a little bit more uniqueness per unit with the mutation. As for the Queek, I don't think I have Confederated Queek. No, I do. I think Queek should have some mechanic with heads. After all, he's a head taker. And apparently these heads talk to him. So let's make it that whenever he kills a legendary lord, or let's say he have a bounty or a quest to like get, I don't know, Dwarfish, get Bellador, that he gets something from legendary lord, not only trait, but the ability to do something. Of course, let only players have it. Otherwise, AI would fucking run it over and made it impossible to defeat. But let's say I defeat Torek Ironbrow and I have like contract mission. I want to get his head down, right? So what can I get from him? Since he's a rune master, get the Rune of Spite. Make it weaker, okay? Get the minor Rune of Spite. Let's get it. 4 to 8 AoE damage. You see what I'm going? Stuff like that. Let's Khalida. Let's get there some kind of uniqueness they have and make it minor. Like Khalida have a range buff for missile. Give it to Creek. Don't give it too much. Just teeny tiny portion of it. But I think that would give you, feeling, let's call it a vibe, because vibe is a very popular word now, but that would give you a vibe that you really took the head off and you're carrying it with you. Or make it like you have with the changeling. You equip different head for battle and it gives you different ability. Not transformation, but different ability. So either you have tiny portion to make your army just stronger over time, or a stronger ability like Master Rune of Spite for Quick, for defeating Torek. But if you want to have it, you need to equip the head and just put it somewhere closer to use it. So juggle these heads. I would like to have it minor benefit, but all works together. That would be simplified, but juggling heads and have certain abilities would have higher decision making. That would be nice. A little micro game. Because I feel like Creek deserves something extra. With Ike Claw, obviously add more stuff to Workshop. Just 1-2 tiers extra something. Just think about even random shit like stock. I mean, you have stock already, but I don't know. Just something. Improve what it's already great. And for the love of God, Undercities. There is no reason to build them up. What's the purpose of Undercity? I mean, if I build Undercity, I'm trying to build it in my allies' buildings. Because I can. So I always build up stuff like this in my allies. The reason for that is because, after all, there is a high chance I'm just gonna run over and get the settlement. So yeah, it just needs something on top of that. Oh, vampirates. Vampirates, oh boy. Okay. So the map mechanics sucks ass. Not gonna lie. It's bad, okay? And this infamy mechanic is also terrible. So my idea of it is make it store, like collect the infamy, doubloons, whatever, and make us like Tomb Kings have, purchase something for stuff you gain. I know it's copy paste, but it's gameplay wise, it's much more enjoyable. And getting these captains, like, I don't know, because I still think about Confederation for these guys. Confederating other legendary vampires lord, Vampire Coast, requires Confederation to make it more enjoyable. So my idea is hunt down these pirates so you can confederate other Vampire Coast lords. Either this or do it like Warriors of Chaos. So you fight them, and when you fight them, and you beat them to the last settlement, you confederate. But I think this way of doing something would be way better to confederate, or and something like that is to collect something from combat, and you can build up, buy an items, potions, stuff like that. Something like a, I don't know, a Galleon Graveyard store or merchant from Galleon Graveyard, and you don't craft items, but you spend currency and you can buy it. That would definitely be more enjoyable than like, oh, I need to do something. Oh, look, I don't care if I'm first or not, because whatever. All I need to do is just kill them and that's it. And yeah, wow. I'm ranked last one. Ooh, I don't care. And I would replace the... I mean, treasure hunting would be nice, but the reward required to be something different. Make it rare, but also reward rare. If you want to keep treasure maps, great, but make them a treasure. Let them not drop like crazy after battle, where you have spam of these maps and you just trash them all because they're wasted. They're just like, oh, I'm here. Okay, let's have a map here. Ooh, yeah, definitely gonna happen. No. But if you have a map like this, make it worth it. Like, make a unique items. Now you're adding ancillaries or something like purple. Yeah, great. Make some of them as a treasure or borrow it from different factions. Borrow it from different factions, and depends on the treasure you go for it. You're gonna have like a treasure, I don't know, dwarf item, Grand Cafe item, greenskin item, something maybe not even the same, but similar. But when you go for the treasure, you know you're going for a freaking treasure. Hell, fight a battle after you even add a freaking battle when you dig up treasure. Fight a owner of this treasure, okay? Like a greenskin dwarves, whatever. I know I'm thinking about simple stuff to not, because, you know, overdoing UI would be terrible. But they have UI for the maps. Make it more rare to drop and rewards better. Simple. Done. If you fight these guys, like, okay, you defeat this, you can have confederation to, I don't know, Silostra or somebody. Stuff like that. And as this, make it, because when you fight a battle, let's see if I can auto-resolve that. It doesn't drop in family. Oh, yeah. Let's say it gives me something here. Oh, but it's usually from settlements. Okay. Okay, it gave me some. Wow, it gave me 1 or 2. 100, whatever. Make it just expendable. I mean, copy paste the store like a Tomb King's, and just buy something. Trying to figure out on the least work required, because I know Mitch is not gonna have endless resources. So please make this usable, so we can have some extra stuff. But also confederation. It's all about confederation, to be honest. Because I would, and I know hundreds of people would love it, if they could confederate other lords. It would be just so much better. And Tomb Kings. 3 is fine, I don't care. It's fine, okay? Canopic jars. Let's make it that if you have enough canopic jars, you can confederate different legendary lord. Again, I'm thinking my first idea was do it as Warriors of Chaos can do. So when you've beat up the last one, some of at least lords can do it. When you beat the final settlement of a opposing, let's rival Warriors of Chaos, you can confederate them. So that was my idea for Tomb Kings. Yeah, that would be fine. That would be absolutely fine by doing that. But if you have problem with applying that, just, I don't know, get 10,000 Conopic jars. Wait, there was something for 10,000 Conopic jars, right? No, that was it. 10,000 Conopic jars is insane, so maybe not 10,000, but 5,000 Conopic jars. I don't know, something that you are willing to farm those Conopic jars in order to confederate Lord. They're really cramped together, so I don't think you will have enough time. That's why the idea about just beating the shit out of and then subjugation, so they are joining you, not as a vassal, but confederate so you can use them, would be great. Of course, people would say, yeah, that would work for Cetra, but Cetra would not serve. And that's where the conflict of lore and gameplay fun comes. I would not care if Cetra bows or not, because I just want to have fun in the game. But that's me. Don't judge me. I just want this game to be left when they finish support it in a good state, so we can have fun with, like, because everyone complains that you can't confederate other lords. Everyone. Whoever complains about certain races, it's always the same things. When it comes to Tomb Kings and Vampire Coast, it's always lack of confederation. Please, either like Warriors of Chaos, or by currency, or doing some quest battle, like Wood Elves have. Because Wood Elves have, like, do this, and you'll be able to confederate that. Please. Anything. I'll go for anything. Sell your ass to get confederation. Fine. Let it be. Just give us confederation before you switch to another project. I beg you. As confederation of Tomb Kings and Vampire Coast, keep in mind that you gave us option to confederate and resurrect with Dwarfs and Beastmen. So these two would be awesome to have option to just, be resurrected, because they always die really fast. Vampire Coast dies fast. At least Silostra dies way too fast, okay? So, at least in my campaigns. Same goes for Tomb Kings. So it would be nice to have, like, option to bring in back the Legendary Lord. It doesn't have to be brought on the level it was. It can be level 1. I don't care. Usually when I confederate them, I don't care about level. I care about just having an option to bring them to my faction. That's why I love what you did with Dwarfs. I love what CA did with Dwarfs, and I love what you can do with Beastmen. It's so good. It's amazing. I love it. Please, now, give us to those that cannot confederate. Yeah, like Vampire Coast. Having option to confederate and bringing back these guys. Same goes for Tomb Kings. It would be just amazing. As for the Warriors of Chaos, just one. Let every lord confederate as Archeron or Be'lakor. For the love of God, give us these guys option to confederate others. I beg you. And if this is not it, give the monogods option to, like, confederate them, use them somehow. Like, Nurgle give Festus Valkia for corn. If you could do something about that, this is the biggest problem. I think a lot of us had it with it, is that these should be for mono gods as well, not only Warriors of Chaos, but for mono gods, so they can be confederated. Do some special quest about it, like you do with Gotrek and Felix, right? Give us special quest so you can confederate these guys. Or sell a kidney to get it. I don't know. That's for monogods merging, you know, specific champions of a lord. But when it comes to confederation, all these guys should be able to confederate others. Because what you get is that people usually play Archeron or Be'lakor. Why? Because they can confederate. That's it. So I would play much more these guys if I could confederate, because it does leave a feeling that it's fun, but it's limited. It's limited because I can't confederate them, and it's a bummer. So, but that's me. I'm interested with other things, but champions would be awesome to be in a monogod, and others just to confederate so we can experience full roster. As for the ogres, I would definitely improve the rewards from contracts. Listen, since convoys have unique rewards, why ogres cannot have some? And I'm not saying for every mission, but like some of the contracts should have some kind of uniqueness, like a purple item, like the convoys or caravans. Why they cannot have it? That would make everything better, because yeah, then you pick up, you know, quest, and let's say I need to kill Gorst, okay? Yeah, that's far enough. I don't even know how I would do it, to be honest, but first of all, the quest should be giving us some chance to complete them. But let's say, yeah, okay, so let's say I need to kill Gorst, and it gives me like purple item that gives me regen or raise dead ability, something silly or something good enough. Give me like 30 turns, and I will do it every fucking time, because you know that's the juice of a game where I can have some crazy fun item and do something about it. And it doesn't have to be lore-wise. If Games Workshop is okay with just, I mean, seeing the caravans and convoys items, I know there is a chance to have some, you know, items with abilities that can do something, and that would be enough. It would be enough and fun enough. Because getting a little bit money, growth, or some stupid banners, it just makes it worth it. It just makes like, ew. It's not worth it at all. Also, I think Ogres should have option to do something with the camps. But I'm not gonna stress about that, because everyone that ever played Ogres want the stupid camps to move. And honestly, at least do not raid terrain where you can't imagine how many times I screwed myself over because my camp was raiding something that ally took. Don't raid friendly territory. I don't... how much gold is gonna give you? 60? No point. Like... where is it? Raiding... yeah, that was a raiding bloody hands. I had so many problems because of that. Turn off raiding of the camps. If you don't plan to move them, fine. I'm not gonna cry about that, but at least turn off the frickin' raiding, because I hate it, and it can ruin a lot of stuff. But moving them would be just awesome. And I'd say once a turn, some kind of movement. I don't know. Let's say from here to here per turn. That's it. And it's not like I can move as no. I can just direct one point where I'm gonna like put it like the underway stance. So you click, it moves. That's it. There is no shenanigans like moving path. No, just hop it. Maybe even half of it. Let's say till here. And yeah, you move a little bit, but you move it rather than stand it still and raid. I hate the raiding. I hate the fact you can't move it, but you know, this is a race that require a lot of updates, but the contract rewards, please make it worth it. As for the Tzeentch, I could point a couple of things, but I like the game style of Tzeentch armies. It works, it's fine. But for the love of God, Burning Chariot of Tzeentch is such a disgrace. It should not ever exist. It's a terrible unit. It's, as I believe, is one of the worst units ever in the entire game. It's overpriced, it's weak, it's crap. You know, Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch compared to Burning Chariot of Tzeentch is a difference between gold and a poo. That's how the difference is. This chariot cannot fight on its own, it's weak, it gets shot, and when it fires something, it's so easy to sidestep. It's just... and when they try to shoot something, unit is a little bit spread, they always fire at the outside. So they don't even burn in a center. So this unit deserves to be changed. But also, a talent tree. Talent tree is all about changing of the ways. But there is so little for units in general. It's like, the Tzeentch campaign is all about changing of the ways. If you would give us more options, we can decide if it's about changing of the ways, or it's about magic or armies. That would be cool. So, just a little bit more, okay? I know it's, but copy paste like talent tree and add some. Where is it? God damn it! Yeah, so add a little bit extra. I don't know. Split it to sections, like 2-3 sections: magic, army, changing of the ways, or whatever. And then just add more, please. By the way, yeah, reaching this. I'm on 120 turn. Yes, research rates. I completed research ages ago, and there is nothing. So I would ask for more in general. Burning Chariot of Tzeentch is a horrendous unit. Oh, and let us confederate changing, even if he's dead. Dwarfs can do it. Beastmen can do it. Please. Spend grimoires. Yeah, spend the grimoires if you really... I would make a shop as well. Seriously, I would give it the shop to everyone. But make a shop like the Tomb Kings or something and spend grimoires on something. I mean, just minor things, okay? I'm not saying spend it on multiple things. No. I don't want it to be exact copy. But spend it on some things like at least confederating Changeling. At least that. So bring him back. And if you add another legendary lord, just spend Grimoire to just resurrect that lord, okay? Just resurrect and confederate. Make it 10,000. I don't care. Make it 5,000 maybe. That's reasonable. But make it available so when Changeling is dead, because Changeling is dumb as hell, okay? Changeling is dumb as hell, and confederating him first, discovering him is such a pain, and then confederating. Jesus, the way I had to confederate him, it cost me a reliability hit because I had to force him to do it, and that was pain. And Demon Prince. I love Demon Prince, okay? I love it. I love the build-up stuff. But there is a couple of problems, and I'm sure everyone has some different ideas for it. So, my biggest problem... Okay, maybe not biggest. But the problem, I feel, is that at some point you don't need glory. Absolutely. And you will receive crap ton of it. Make use of a glory. Like, you use food or meat for ogres. Use glory to boost, enhance armies. Okay? And specific glory you use gives specific buffs. Not going to mention the equipment. I think the Demon Prince would be awesome if you could build him up, but also equip items. At least ancillaries. Items on its own, yeah, there's a couple I always pick the same one because they are the best. And I always go for undivided because I feel choosing specific god limits you. But let's not switch it. If this is a problem, it's fine. But make glory usable after. I like the roster, I like a lot of stuff. But the glory being wasted feels like crap. And Daniel on its own is a crap lord. He's never gonna be tough enough to fight a lot of stuff. And that's a problem. So giving him extra oomph or two kind of ways, I would give him a second talent tree. Like the first talent tree is for the faction, like the build up, and the second one is personal. Give him red line, blue line, stuff like that. Just to make him powerful and to just give him some better items or let him equip normal equipment on top of it what he has already. I know it doesn't make sense because after all you give him equipment and then you equip him. Okay, one, give him ancillaries. For the love of God, ancillaries are needed. Two, make the items better. Spendable glory. And talent tree on top of it, what he has. Definitely blue line, red line, and personal line. To make him, to feel that you actually... Because Daniel is nice idea. It's about building faction, right? But that's it. You don't build him. If you recruit any other lord from, let's say, the same faction, it can become stronger than Daniel. Ever. So, yeah, this experiment is I'm a huge fan of it. But it definitely requires option to change something and improve it. So, And buffing with glory would give us a reason to collect it. Because at some point you're like, yeah, I reached the cap. What else now? Ugh. Yeah, people lose interest really fast of it. So, and I think it has massive potential. I'm surprised Be'lakor is not here, so I'm surprised Daniel is not. I mean, yeah, Demons of Chaos. Okay, we have Undivided, I guess, but I expected Be'lakor to be in this faction as well. So I don't know. Put him into Warriors of Chaos. Nah, that's probably. But give us another Demons of Chaos. Come on, we need more. If there is any. If there is any. And there is one that always bothers me. When you confederate a lord, let's say... Let's say dwarves, right? Let's say dwarves. And when I confederate... Maybe no, dwarves are not the best example, but let's call Lizardmen. Oh, Lizardmen is an excellent So, when you confederate... They all have the same climate. But when you confederate something... Because it's really annoying. When you confederate like somebody who can, you know, whose climate usually is unpleasant, but you confederate somebody whose climate is usually a base, like Oxyotl can have everything, right? I would be, you know, loving the idea of, you know, getting this climate present into a faction as well. I think it would make a lot of problems. And Oxyotl is a great example. Maybe because, I mean, Oxyotl is a little bit busted because he can be literally anywhere, right? Unpleasant is none, habitable is none. The rest of them has these, right? But when you confederate Oxyotl, you get like shitloads of red territory settlements. And you're like, oh crap. And I'm not saying make it green, suddenly make Chaos Waste green. But when you confederate a legendary lord that climate is, you know, tolerable, make it at least unpleasant. From red to orange. At least that. So cut it in half, let's call it cut it in half, when you confederate somebody who can get this climate. This idea is wild, and I would never expect them, CA, ever to do something about it, because I assume it's a lot of tweaking in the code. But this would be definitely usable to unpleasant frozen, while suitable is frozen. So suddenly frozen would be pleasant for like Torgrim if he confederated Malachi. So the settlements that you confederate here are not a burden but a reward. But I know this one is extremely wild, and chance for it is almost non-existent. But would be awesome. Would be awesome to get it. And when, since I'm on a map, make this part viable. Give us something here. I beg you. I beg you. I know there was information that we will never get it anything here. but make it complete. Either this... I mean, the perfect world would be we get this, and we get the Realms of Chaos maps. You know, the specific monogod locations. I expect the maps, Chaos maps, not being implemented ever, but this section exists. Now it just needs to be filled, because it's silly, right? They give us the whole map, but yet not the whole. And I know, even if you don't fill it with, you know, lore-friendly units, fine. I get it. I get it. But put something there. Just make it. Put some tribals, ogres, something, so we can go there and get the settlements. Even if you don't, Games Workshop would never allow that, right? To make it like, I don't know, silly names. But you could have the names of the settlements, right? That they were there, but just some demonic factions, just some greenskins, stuff like that, just random stuff, the minor factions, something. But I assume that's another wild card that's probably never gonna happen unless they did develop like Nippon and others. So this one is probably never gonna have a chance. And this is going to be controversial, but there is a mod called Ultimate Warband Upgrade. It works for every faction. And I think Warband Upgrade is a great tool. Please, let us use it for every faction. So we can have, you know, so we have a reason to collect experience. We can adjust, modify our units by switching them into something. You know, Warriors of Chaos upgrade is great, but I would implement it for every race because it's such a fun tool to use. It's an amazing tool to use. It gives so much freedom, and you don't, you know, waste time by just upgrading units by removing them and switching. No. And yeah, I can't do it with everyone because the mod has a limitation, but even some of the units can be upgraded, like blue into pink, pink into exalted, that's it, right? That's interesting. But it would be just amazing to use it. And that's it. That's a bunch of ideas I collected. I'm gonna post it on the official forum. I'm gonna leave a link down below. But I'm interested, what do you think? Is there something I should add to this video and make a part 2 of ideas? Just leave a comment. Because I think if we help Mitch a little bit, there is a chance we get something out of it. Maybe Mitch will never implement anything of that. But maybe his team will see it and it's gonna be like, oh, maybe it's not gonna be like that, but we can add this and that. So a teeny tiny inspiration for the team that really now we're depend on. It's a lot. So leave me a comment what should be added for like part 2. Tell me what do you like, what you don't like, and have a great day. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Take care and bye bye.